coffee just to relax and then to take care of that mess that I have in the house. So it is the cleaning time and the cooking time too. So welcome to my channel. Let's have a coffee, relax a moment, and just enjoy the peaceful moment of the day. I always drink black coffee with ice in the morning. I just don't like to bother my belly with too much of a heavy cream or anything like this. This is just a perfect start for me. Right. Let's enjoy this day. Yeah, so it's a little bit later after the coffee. I tried already to clean up a little bit over here. I couldn't take it. I did it a little bit quickly behind the camera, and I also scrubbed my both refrigerators. So I have one over here, and the main one is in the kitchen, and the other one is in the garage where I have mostly drinks. And I also use it for like a meat that I'm going to be preparing for the sausages, smoked stuff. If I put them in like a brine, it goes over there because it's like a more spacious for me. At least this one is bigger, but this one contains the other stuff, and they both needed a big scrub. Sorry, I could not show you this because it was disgusting. I went overdue with all my refrigerators and they needed a scrub. And number one thing, also before your trip, scrub your refrigerator, go through it, see what you can use as soon as possible, what you can have to use for the stuff before your trip, so you don't come back to rotted stuff in your refrigerator. This way everything is clean and nice for you to come back home. If you're going for only a weekend, you don't have to worry, but if you're going for a week or 2 weeks somewhere, then it's the time to clean up everything and make sure there's nothing in it. And after all of that morning chore, I need a breakfast. So let's get ready for a good breakfast. The best breakfast, at least for me, there are two kinds of breakfast on the morning. Either soft boiled, not soft boiled, but soft, like oversized medium eggs fried, with some kind of like a Caprese salad. That's Italian, I know, but I love good Caprese salad, especially on the morning, with either burrata or the soft mozzarella cheese. And another breakfast that I usually like to do is the yogurt bowl with a bunch of fruit and some kind of like a dry stuff like goji berries and all the also I add honey into it and my favorite almond butter. But today I feel like I want to use my potatoes that I have, and I'm going to use also the mozzarella cheese that I have in the fridge, so it doesn't going to stay in it for too long because the trip is coming soon. Yep, guess where I'm going. I'm not going to tell you, that's a surprise. And let's do it. I'm hungry. Sorry for the mess, it's going to be cleaned up. I just couldn't finish it everything, so that's why we are going to clean up everything together. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so my favorite avocado oil, and also for my soft eggs, fried soft eggs, I like to add a good chili sauce. I can try to see if I got that in Amazon, and if I did, I'm going to link that for you. So that's a few things that I like to do. If you do not like spicy stuff, this is not too spicy, it's just perfect. So skip this, but I like to add flavors to my eggs. And for my eggs, I'm going to use the Japanese scrambled egg pan. I'm going to link that in the description. It is such a genius pan. Make sure when you use it, you do not overheat the pan because it can be damaged easily. This is why it's perfect for eggs, because usually you do not fry your eggs on a high temperature. So a little bit of the avocado oil. I like my eggs, but I do not like them greasy. And now a delicious chili oil. And how much I am going to add? Not too much. I like to mix it before I add the whole thing. So with all the spices, I like them. There we go. Just like a teaspoon. Don't need too much. Okay. Oh my god. Before I dropped it over there, I like to wipe it because it's always like red and then stains everything in there. Because I see, last time I didn't see. Right. And I'm going to use 3 eggs. I usually get them on a local farm. These ones are from Ramona. Okay, in the wrong way. And I am going to add a little bit of the salt, not too much, because the chili oil is already with a lot of good spices. And I'm just going to let that fry a little bit in that greasy, spicy sauce. Okay, lower the temperature so you do not fry them too quick and they're going to be tough. They need a time. So whenever I fry my eggs, I just fry them on the small heat, because then they heat up too quickly, they get intense and dense a little bit more. You just want them soft and creamy, but not like tight and hard to eat. You just want to enjoy them more. And those farm eggs, they are so good. They taste like the eggs from Poland, from my mother-in-law house. She has 5 chickens, and that was an always enjoyable time to go in the morning to find the eggs and do something fun with them. Alright, they're going to be done in a moment. In a moment I'm going to flip them quickly. Let's set the table, the plate. So I like to cut them in pieces, smaller pieces, so it's easier to flip them. They're not always easy to be flipped, but I like the egg yolk running, but the egg whites I like to have it set. And at this point I'm turning off the temperature, so let them cool down on it a little bit. Okay, they are all done. I'm just going to move them to my plate before they set the egg yolk too much. We just need a few minutes on both sides. Now the amazing tomatoes. Just going to cut them in slices. The middle part I always cut off. You don't need that. Sometimes I like to put them on a separate bowl with the Caprese salad, but I'm just going to do it quickly on the same bowl. They're such a good tomatoes. Always a tip, when you buy your tomatoes in the store, do not hide that. Put them into the refrigerator, let them rest a little bit on the countertop and ripe a little bit more. I always leave my tomatoes on the countertop because sometimes they are hard, they are not as sweet. So if you leave them on the countertop, they're going to be more sweet, more ripe, and they're going to taste perfectly. Just make sure whenever you use them, make sure that you take the ones that they are getting softer and leave the ones that they are a little bit harder. Just squish them a little bit, don't squish them hard, but just touch them and feel them how they feel. And this way you know that the ones that are softer are getting ready. Do not overripe them because then they're going to get rotted. You don't want that. So let's finish up. Okay, so here is the mozzarella cheese. I got that from Costco. They have a good price for the amount of mozzarella. I'm going to have a few slices, like what? 4 slices. I'm going to cut them in a smaller, break them apart. Okay. And I should have put some salt on the tomatoes first. Okay, a little bit salt all over the tomatoes. Okay, now we have the amazing mozzarella sticks, mozzarella cheese. There we go. And another thing we're going to need is basil. Now either you can cut them with your knife or just for easier, rip them off. If you have anywhere bigger pieces, just and another good thing we will need is the olive oil. So I buy my olive oil in Trader Joe. I know it's like Italian people have a really good olive oil. This one is a Sicilian extra virgin olive oil, and as of the regular store, I think this Italian olive oil is perfect. Let me see where it was produced. Doesn't say. Okay. And now we just need to pour that delicious olive oil all over the tomatoes with that mozzarella cheese. Depending on how greasy you like, how much olive oil you like, you add more or less. But basically, a good olive oil, it's good for you and There's never too much of good olive oil. You have also Italian, like they like their bread to dip it in olive oil, depending of with what they add different kind of spices or sun-dried tomatoes, and it's so delicious with a good bread and good olive oil. It's delicious snack for them, and nothing else I need more than this delicious breakfast. Okay, let's have a breakfast. Let's have some delicious eggs. Just perfect amount of spiciness. Like I said, you can always skip it or just add a little bit of that chili oil because it is so good. The egg yolk. Genius. I don't know if this combination is even supposed to be paired, but it is such a good combination for me, at least, with the Caprese salad and those eggs. Perfect for a breakfast. Nice. Alrighty guys, let me finish this because it's a busy day.